So I believe this is, yes, Annalee's story. What is my name? It's Akiko.
Hi, I'm Akiko, a 22-year-old high school dropout who's a bit of a klutz. My blood type is O, my star sign is Libra, and some days I wish I didn't save the world.
Right, this is how the game began last time.
That's how it always starts. The anime, the TV special, the manga, even most of the fan fiction. All of it retelling the final adventure of the Sentinels of Justice versus Midnight Lady. Each do it a bit differently. Different triumphs, different mistakes, different ships of me and my teammates.
Oh, okay, so that's how we're gonna classify the, different routes that the visual novel can take. Is that they're, what, different adaptations or different fanfiction?
But it always ends the same way. We defeat Midnight Lady, Annalee, because no one ever found out what really happened.
Ooh, so this is the true ending, is it?
I like to think each of these stories really exist, just in another universe. Maybe those versions of the tale would have felt simpler, had a neat and beautiful finale. Because in my universe, things happened a bit differently. The Sentinels didn't defeat Midnight Lady, and I didn't get the closure I needed. So, here goes.
Oh, okay. We didn't get the closure we needed? That's sad. Okay.
Hi, I'm Akiko, a 32-year-old semi-functioning adult whose back hurts for no discernible reason.
Okay, is this is an older Akiko? That's like soft and cutesy, more adult looking, I guess.
I'm surrounded by a wonderful community of friends and family, and newly obsessed with cute home goods.
Cute home goods.
And some days, I reminisce about the time when I was 22 and I first met Annalee.
You reminisce about that? Okay.
Hello? Akiko, are you talking to yourself? Crap, I dozed off on my feet. Sorry, Lise, I must have been dreaming.
It's okay. I have respect for that. You're like a horse.
I feel like Lisa's voice has gotten gradually worse over these streams. I don't even know what I'm going for anymore.
Not sure if I know what she means by that. I guess it's better than a cow. I perk up when I notice two women entering the store. Turns out, one's the CEO of the company I work at. Her name is Annalee, and she terrifies me. The other is an old friend, a magical girl turned pop star. Now goes by Ara, a stage name apparently. She looks unprepared to meet me here, and we're both incredibly awkward about it. They introduce a new makeup line, and it's based on me and my old squad, the Sentinels of Justice. I'm taken aback, not sure what to feel. Lise samples the makeup, and her expert application skills upsets everybody in the store except for me.
Well, that certainly was a demonstration of our makeup.
Count on my weirdo Lise to brighten up a bad situation.
A demonstration of what not to do.
Our manager looks like he's about to pass out. Annalee probably demolishes him by giving him the pink slip.
I must get to my next meeting. Ara, come along. Other stores are expecting us, after all. Expect shipments with more sample packages inside. We'll be distributing these to our customers over the next couple days.
Annalee turns to walk out, with Ara in tow. As soon as she does, I notice something fly off of a briefcase. Is that a keychain? I pick it up. The character looks vaguely familiar. Is this another magical girl? Doesn't really look like something a woman like her would carry around. Not that I should judge. I love collecting cute stuff like this. It has to be hers, right? Ma'am, Annalee, please wait. I think you dropped this. All the color is drained from Annalie's face.
Give that back. Now.
Oh, of course. As she walks over to retrieve it, something clicks. I've seen this girl before, on TV. Ah, this must be... She snatches the charm right out of my hands. Sayori! Strawberry Sayori!
Excuse me?
She's from an older gen of magical girls, right? From before the Sentinels. Fruit something. Sorry, can't remember the group off the top of my head.
Fruit Fatale. It's been a while since they've been relevant. That's a bad idea. I guess it's time to make some saves. Oh, it's got a save from last time. You sure like an old school? Probably not a great thing to say either. It's great to see longtime fans of Magical Girls. I guess that's what we're gonna say.
I'm sure Strawberry Sayori appreciates it.
Oh.
She would appreciate it, but she's dead, Akiko.
Oh. She appreciates it?
Your support. You've been supporting her as a magical girl for all this time. What happened to Supergirl Boss CEO mode? She doesn't say anything for a moment. And she's making Arrow wait too.
Right.
Annalie shuffles in place. Earth to Annalie. Suddenly, Annalie takes another step near me, and another. She leans in close enough that I can feel her breath on my cheek and whispers into my ear.
Jesus Christ, lady. Back up. What? What? Huh? Wait. What? Wait, what? Are we gonna be dating Annalie? Is that what this story mode is? Is this what's happening? We're gonna be dating Annalie. I wasn't expecting that at all. Would you like to grab a coffee sometime?
What? My jaw hits the floor. Or it would, but I'm trying to keep my composure as much as possible. Maybe she's just wanting to discuss magical girls, or maybe she knows who I really am. Theories swim through my head. Anything seems more plausible than me getting hit on by a beautiful older woman.
Okay. I was not expecting this.
Who's also my boss's 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 boss. I don't even know how far that chain goes.
Well, out with it. I don't have all day. I'm a very busy woman. Do you have a cell on you? Actually, just take this.
She takes a pen out of her suit jacket's pocket and grabs my wrist. Annalie writes a phone number on the back of my hand.
Call if you're interested, but don't bother if you're not.
And with that, she finally returns to Ara's side. What?
Purely business. I give low-level employees the chance to interview for a better position, on occasion. She got the number of a higher-up. Let's go. Way behind schedule. Yes, that definitely passed. Yep. Well recovered, Annalie. That makes perfect sense. They also, you lean in, like, breathe on my cheek and whisper in my ear. And you've managed to cover that up perfectly. Yes, easily done.
Ara glances back at me at the last moment. I give her a look as if to say, we're talking about this later.
What does that look like? We're talking about this later look. I don't know that look.
A little different from the story you probably know. Don't worry, I'll keep you refreshed on the details. In fact, the memories keep floating back to me, clear as daylight. Hey, Oraculite. Kinda like when I first tried the Sentimentality line makeup.
Wait, the makeup's gonna be different too now? Huh. So we're dating the bad guy. Are we gonna end up with her? Is that the whole point of this DLC storyline? I was not expecting any of this. This is a very, very strange series of escalations, or Acolyte. But how are you doing? How's your week been? How's your weekend going?
I start to open up the samples Annalie presented us with. Admittedly, the formulas from this line seem solid. The eyeshadow blah blah blah. The eyeshadow glides over my eyelid, and the lipstick's creamy base feels great to apply.
Not too bad. And myself? Almost time for bed for you. Yeah, I mean, I've just woken up. I'm doing okay, you know? A little depressed. The world is in, just the larger world has got me down, you know? Things aren't going well in stuff and things in the larger world. But other than that, you know, I'm good. And I'm here to play this visual novel and apparently date the villain.
And the lipstick's creamy base feels great to apply. That night, I have the most amazing dream. It's like living through a movie of some of the Sentinel's greatest hits. Like the Sentinel Aurora or Boyoung, lulled by a Hydra to sleep with her singing. Lulled a Hydra to sleep with her singing. Or when Sentinel Nova used her exploding stardust to cheer us all up with an impromptu fireworks display on the roof of the school. Then I dream of our geeky Sentinel Perigee. Perigee.
I always get stuck on this word.
Sentinel Perigee. KJ always felt out of place on the team. Their invincible bubbles saved us from collapsing buildings, toxic gas, mind control. And finally we have Jackie, Sentinel Soul. I've never known anyone stronger in my whole life, both physically and emotionally. There are a few things more satisfying in this world than catching a villain monologuing, and then... BAM! A Jackie red-hot fist to the face. Whoa, it's like I'm back there again. Ira's showing up at the makeup store, dreaming of my former teammates. Alistair didn't think it was a coincidence. He sent me out to gather the Sentinels. I remember.
Never mind, I remember this part already. I mean, yeah, I mean, I do remember this part already. What, is this like something I can skip? I mean, I guess we'll do it again just for completion's sake. Magic starting to fade?
I went to see Jackie first at the Golden Glove. That's when we first noticed something was wrong with Magic. I tried to heal her. Not that I don't appreciate your attention, but are you going to start soon or... Huh? I snapped out of my little daydream and noticed my magic was acting up. It was supposed to be bright light coming from my fingertips. That's not supposed to happen. What's wrong, Akiko? My light is dim. It's supposed to be way brighter than this. What? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. Look. I try straining my magic some more, but the light never glows any brighter. Oh, that is weird. Is it helping at least? Do you feel it? Kinda? It's a little tingly. Maybe my tickle tolerance has gone up. The Sentinels gathered that night. It was so strange seeing everyone again. Especially KJ. They changed so much. Ira tried her powers, and they were fading too. But once we discovered Alistair couldn't speak anymore, we knew something was really wrong with Magic. We had no idea what could be coming. We debated Magic's role in our lives, and we barely formed a plan to look into things. I struggled with the idea of leading the Sentinels again. Would I be able to reconnect with my old teammates without making the rift between us worse? Would they be able to come together again as a team? I wanted a distraction. Needed a distraction. I thought, What could it hurt to see Annalie? To see what Annalie had wanted from me? Oh, sweet young Akiko, you have no idea what you were about to get yourself into. I ended up calling Annalie and scheduled a time to meet up with her. It took a lot out of me to work up the courage to do so. Deep breaths, pep talks in the mirror, and posing like a superhero. And somehow, it worked out. Too well, in fact. I was expecting we'd go out to a restaurant or something, but as it turned out, I got invited straight to her condo. Which is fine, totally fine. She's a very successful businesswoman, and she didn't get to where she was by wasting time on silly, time-consuming little
Dinner dates. This sounds ominous as hell. I mean, she's like a rich and powerful type, Akiko. You should really be more, like, careful about immediately going over to her place before you even know if you can trust her.
It's all a bunch of phooey anyways. Why not be direct? She's a woman who knows what she wants. That's a trait I admire, and I hope I learn from her in our encounter. I scrub every inch of my body beforehand. I spritz multiple pumps of the most appetizing perfume I have. I even cut my nails.
Okay.
I'd never prepared for a night like this before. I'm terrified. But really, really excited too.
Okay, Akiko is certainly prepared.
So, very excited.
Ah, Akiko, you're here. Quite on the dot. You knocked on the door the split second 6:59 turned to 7 o'clock.
Sorry, I'm just the type to be very punctual.
Is that so?
I feel like she can see right through me. I've actually been 5 minutes late to work for the past week. Maybe she knows that somehow. I awkwardly saunter into her living space, which is more beautiful than I could have imagined. Everything looks so clean and immaculate and expensive.
Are we in New York? I mean, that's the Empire State Building, right? We're in New York? No, there's some fictional city. Aren't we supposed to live in like a bay or something? So, how hungry are you?
Huh? It's a weird way of putting it, but it works on me. I can feel my ears burning. So hungry. I'm starved, basically, but not in a weird way, not in a weird, creepy way. Like, I'm just really excited about this. But not too eager.
Well, I suppose that's good.
Annalie waves over to her dining area. There's a bunch of takeout bags piled on top.
I ordered from 3 different restaurants. We have French cuisine, Wagyu steak dinners, and 5-star sashimi. Drinks, of course, will be paired accordingly.
Yeah, wow, that all sounds so tasty. Can't wait to dig in. I ate beforehand. I think I severely misjudged this situation.
Holy shit. Holy shit, Akiko, what did you think she was saying? Akiko, Jesus Christ. I was offering a choice of one meal, rather than a free-for-all. Although I suppose I can't begrudge a healthy appetite. Note to self, our retailers on the shop floor need longer lunch breaks.
Of course, I was just thinking about what I'd like to try.
Boy, okay. Time to make another save. What could be the wrong choice, and what could be the right choice? Also, I thought it was sashimi, but now it's sushi. Like, sashimi is like raw fish, right? Like, as opposed to, like, other kinds of sushi? I guess? French cuisine?
Cuisine français, s'il vous plaît. Cuisine français, s'il vous plaît.
Right. Margaret de Canard it is, then. Excuse me, while I readjust my position.
I have no idea what she just said. She hands me a plate of what appears to be sliced duck. Hey! Hello, Electo. Hello, my love. How are you doing today? How was your day How did it go? How's your week been, actually? She hands me a plate of what appears to be sliced duck. There's some baguette slices on the side, and also a mysterious, dense pink slab of something.
Pourquoi?
Shit, I don't know what that means in French. Oui. This is really awkward. I wait for Annalie to pair the meals with whatever expensive alcohol she deems appropriate. After she's done, she raises her cup my way.
I dare say, this is the first time I've bothered to fix a date her meal. It's like I'm your waitress. She doesn't seem happy about that.
You're about to go swimming? That's exciting. How am I? I am here, and I am playing this game. And I am very surprised by this turn of events. It seems like we're dating the bad guy? Maybe? And I'm not sure that the date's going well, to be honest. Maybe I shouldn't have picked French cuisine.
Surely you at least owe me a toast for all my hard work. Is that a good thing?
Of course. I'm honored. I clink glasses with her and go for a generous swig to calm my nerves.
Tonight's special, though. It's not every day I get to meet the illustrious Princess Starlight.
How? Oh no, you have the wrong idea, I think.
I don't. I created the sentimentality line, and I know Starlight when I see her. So you can't just recognize us by face. How were we disguised then? We were magical girls. There wasn't anything like covering our faces when we were fighting. I didn't get to my position through half-assed research. Are you doubting my skills?
No, I didn't say that. Well, I don't know. I stand up from my chair, feeling defensive. I'm not confirming or denying anything, but did you bring me here to interrogate me? What are your real intentions? Annalie pokes at her food. She looks a bit sheepish.
I'm sorry. I scared you. You have every right to feel cornered. I'd feel the same if I were you. So please, sit down.
I slowly sit back in front of my plate.
I just thought you were interesting. A renowned magical girl. No, not just that. A leader of an accomplished magical girl squad. You were celebrated, beloved, practically everywhere, but now you're working at our store for minimum wage.
Gee, thanks for the reminder. I'm not sure how I feel about coming right out with my magical identity, but it seems like Annalise puzzled me out.
You're weird? I'm not Princess Sentinel Starlight. You got me. Okay, time for another save.
You got me. I guess the jig is up, isn't it? You're right. I'm the leader of the Sentinels. Princess Sentinel Starlight.
I knew it.
Awesome. You caught me. Congratulations. But I want to know what's going on. Annalie takes a slow sip of her drink.
We've gotten off on the wrong foot. For that, I apologize. I brought you here to have a conversation.
A conversation was not what I was hoping for tonight, Annalie.
Jesus Christ, Akiko, control yourself. I mean, goddamn, simmer down already.
Okay, what kind of conversation? What do I get out of this?
It's, I imagine we could have a sort of heart-to-heart about certain things. Things only we would understand.
Things?
Since we're both retired magical girls.
Oh. So you're saying you're also a magical girl? Or you used to be? She seems to be wrestling with herself. Could it be Annalise having a hard time opening up? If that's the case, I'm feeling a little touched that she reached out. I guess even the coldest ice queens need to talk to someone every once in a while. Huh. Why did she pick us, though? She's already met Ara. She could have opened up to Ara about all of this. But, like, when we played through the main campaign, assuming that that's accurate, Ara didn't seem to have any idea that Annalie was also a magical girl. It couldn't have been easy for her. So, you used to be a magical girl too?
I understand if you find it hard to believe. I'm not exactly a teenage girl anymore.
No, I get it. Neither am I. We sit in silence again. It seems like Annalie needs a little encouragement to continue with this conversation, so I think carefully about what to say. Sometimes I still feel like a kid, though. Like I don't know anything about the world around me. And I feel lost. And it's not easy to find someone to talk about it, everything. Well, outside of the immediate magical girl squad, that is. But talking to old teammates has its own challenges, too. Take it from me. I mean, staying in contact is super hard when you don't have an evil villain to take down every week. It feels practically impossible once everything's all over. I mean, lately I've been feeling like I'm the bad guy now because I forgot some birthdays and lost some numbers. I continue babbling on, but Annalie nods her head as I do. I think I'm making progress. I tell her about how it feels like everybody else in the Sentinels has moved on. How it kind of stings to see Ara on the front of a magazine, and how jealous I feel when I see Jackie so happy with her teaching gig. How KJ and Miranda found new passions I didn't even know they had. I recalled some stories about our past battles as the Sentinels to keep filling the dead air. We finish our dinner together. Annalie doesn't add much to the conversation, but she seems content enough to listen along and sip on our drink. So Ara...
Wow. Sometimes these voices can be hard to keep up.
So Ara, Sentinel Aurora at the time, had to climb down into Diamond Cove sewers to attack this monster.
Starlight?
It took It took a lot of convincing on my end, but her vocal powers were our best bet, and the echo down there was powerful.
Akiko.
Huh? Oh, sorry, I was going on and on. I've been feeling overly nostalgic lately.
That's fine. I appreciate it, actually. This night didn't turn out at all like how I'd hoped. My plans are usually immaculate, but surprisingly, I'm not that mad that things went sideways. You certainly had some colorful stories to tell.
Maybe next time you could tell me more about yourself? I could do some research too. I'll look up your old squad. What was it again?
No, I'd really rather you'd not pry about me from external sources. So let's talk about it another time, Starlight. Next time we meet up.
Okay. I'm a little disappointed, but I don't want to push her too hard. On the other hand, it seems like I've secured a second date. Heck yes.
I've enjoyed our evening together. Hearing you talk brought me back to better times.
I'm glad to hear it. Pinky promised me we'll have more of a conversation next time.
I'm not pinky promising you anything, but you have my word.
I chuckle at that. No surprise Annalie's a tough nut to crack, but I feel like we made progress tonight. We wrap up our evening, and Annalie sends me home with all the leftovers. This should hold me over for this week. I'll be looking forward to seeing her again.
Is leftover sashimi something that, like, you should be eating? I feel like raw fish isn't something that keeps well, but I don't necessarily know that. Maybe it's fine.
I'll be looking forward to seeing her again. That's still true.
That's still true. So is Annalie still alive? I mean, that's good. I mean, we didn't kill Annalie in the main storyline. Why are we seeing her again?
Even though it's been a whole decade since I last saw her.
Okay. So it's been a decade.
Let's save
So we
the
didn't
game.
end up with her. Huh. Interesting. Unless we're gonna end up with her a decade later. And let's save the game? Okay. If you say so, but we'll save the game just for you.
But those days flash before my eyes like they were just yesterday. After that, Lise meets the rest of the met the rest of the Sentinels. Was Jackie there too? Yeah, another detail that's different from my universe and all the stories.
Another trip down memory lane.
Hello, fellow choppers. Welcome to Glamour Pop. May I have a moment of your time to speak to you today about a product that will bring some magic back into your daily beauty routine?
Oh yeah, I remember this memory now.
Hey Lise, maybe the next customers are okay.
Now you asked for the customer's name. I mean, hi, what are your names?
Miranda giggles a little at Lise's unabashed enthusiasm. That's my work wife's charm.
I'll be your sentinel to whisk you to your perfect makeup match.
Her name is Lise.
Don't interrupt. You're already good at talking to customers. They are mine.
Lise proceeds to find the perfect sample for KJ, Jackie, and Miranda.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Jackie wasn't here. I remember Miranda and KJ being here in this interaction, but Jackie wasn't here in the main game.
I have a concealer right here that would be perfect for you.
Lise whips out a concealer and puts it in Miranda's hand. On the contact, Lise freezes, blushing. She won't take away her hand. Lise?
Yeah, Lise and Miranda did seem to have a thing going on. Although I did also kind of end up flirting a bit with Miranda in the main campaign. But I didn't know if things were going to work out with KJ. I thought maybe we messed up.
Her hands are so strong and nice. A musician? Well, I could do a test to find the perfect match for your skin tone.
No, give me the palest you've got.
The sheet says I should match your skin tone.
Fuck the rules. We can look however we want.
Lise suddenly gets very excited.
Damn the man.
KJ and Lise jump up and down, yelling excitedly. A few customers sneak out the front door with worried looks. But then, Lise changes her demeanor completely when she approaches Jackie.
Oh, this is different. Yeah, because, I mean, yeah, obviously she didn't approach Jackie. So, last time they just went crazy.
Lise raises her lipstick near Jackie's lips.
Yes, I see her now.
I'm really losing the plot with Lisa's voice. What was she like last time? It was more less deep, more gravelly though.
Yes, I see it now. Jackie, was it? Sentinel Soul would be a great fit for you.
Jackie barely chokes the word out.
It's from
I can't keep it up.
It's from our brand new sentimentality line. With these shades of color, I think it would really let that pretty face of yours shine. You simply must try it.
It takes me a while to wrestle Lise off of them, particularly Miranda. By then, she's already given out free samples tailored to each of them. Gotta say, she's a good saleswoman. But soon, I'm able to take KJ, Miranda, and Jackie aside. They all try on the sentimentality line, but although the quality of the makeup is top-notch, everyone is feeling conflicted about the branding and Ara's part in it. There's no new leads about Magic's disappearance, but we leave resolved to look more into it. It was so nice to see everyone at the store that day. A moment of normalcy, fun, before it came crashing down. These memories, how vivid they are. I don't think it's an accident. Maybe there's something amiss with magic again. No, those days are far behind me. I know what this is. It's my heart begging for closure. But where would I even begin to look for her? Maybe the answer is in front of me. My memories. Let me think back to what was next.
Okay, so we don't know where Annalie is? Huh. Also, what was the significance of adding Jackie to that sequence?
I decided to take the initiative and asked Annalie to meet me at a cafe. Our last meeting was awkward at best. I'm still beating myself up for how badly I misinterpreted her signals. I've had time to think about our conversation, and there's a lot of questions I'd like to ask, now that I'm not on the spot. Annalie is sitting across from me at a small table for two. She's frowning at the wall-mounted menu above the counter. I think she's scaring the baristas. I like this spot. It's not too fancy or highbrow, and it makes for a great date venue. Not like I've brought any dates here recently. She doesn't seem to be listening.
These frappes seem to be overly glorified milkshakes. Cookies and cream, caramel ribbon. You're telling me this is coffee?
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
Fine. This place was your suggestion. So put in an order for the two of us, and I'll try it.
Whoa, pressure's on. What will I get?
Okay. Large frappes, black coffee. Annalie does seem like a black coffee kind of type. Iced tea. But she was just talking about the frappes. Maybe we should go for the frappes.
Okay, I got 2 frappes, extra whipped cream. Annalie takes a small sip and instantly crinkles her nose.
It's sickeningly sweet.
It is. That's the appeal, I think.
I'm worried about your generation. I think that some people order this every day.
Hear me out. Normal coffee isn't enough for us these days. We need caffeine and a mega load of sugar to get through our shifts.
My condolences. Okay, I'll go with what I thought was probably the best choice. Black coffee.
Blah. I mean, yum.
Don't force yourself. This isn't half bad, though. Or maybe I've drunk enough burnt office coffee, my taste buds are blunted for good.
Seriously? The CEO girl boss lady of Glamour Pop can't get fresh coffee? What about your assistants?
I haven't always had assistants, and I haven't always been the boss either.
I guess that's fair. I hadn't really thought that much about Annalie's early career. We sip on our drinks for a bit. Annalie looks positively elegant sitting in front of me. With crossed legs and a pinky finger out, she raises her cup to her lips. But also totally out of place. This isn't really a businessy joint, and the customers are mostly cool younger people.
Down to business then. I'd like to talk to you more about magical girls, specifically regarding the Sentinels and their relationship with
Hold your horses. I'm okay talking about this kind of stuff with you, but we promised we wouldn't just be... It wouldn't just be me sharing stories.
Also, we're out in public. Like, this was fine when it was, like, her own condo, but we're not... We're out in public now. Should we really be talking this openly about the fact that we were both magical girls?
I think some give and take is only fair. Deal? Annalie tilts her head.
Who knew Starlight was such a little businesswoman? Fine, I can accept that.
I figured Pinky Promise wasn't going to whack, so I've decided to speak your language. The first thing I'd like to ask...
Great, time to save again. Why'd you scout me out? Well, she didn't really. Can we talk about the makeup brand? That seems kind of meh.
What kind of magical girl are you? To be honest, I don't think I've ever met former magical girls outside of myself and my immediate crew. I'm not even sure where to start when it comes to asking questions. So, can you tell me more about yourself as a magical girl?
I'm not so special. I never was the type to take initiative or be the group's leader like yourself.
You? Really? But you're a total boss now. You're kicking butt in the business world.
Teenage me wasn't made of the same metal, I suppose.
Annalie taps her nails on the coffee table as she sips her drink.
I suppose I have no choice but to delve into my past. I've already asked so much of you already.
I'm all ears.
Do you remember when you picked up that charm for me back when we first met?
Of course I do. I don't think I'll ever forget it.
That was Sayori. Strawberry Sayori, that is. She was the leader of our magical girl group, Fruit Fatale. Oh, so it was the leader that got killed. I suppose that would make sense as to why they would then disband in the face of that. Sayori was the heart of our group, the first of us to gain magical powers, and the one who named us. Other than me, there were two other girls, Bree and Marina.
Marina?
Marina. Marina seems like a weird name for a person.
Marina?
Bree and Marina. We all went to school together.
Whoa! Sounds kinda like us. The Sentinels were all at the same high school.
Let me guess, it's the one by the south side of Diamond Cove? The one by the seaside?
Yeah, that one.
Did you know that that building used to host an all-girls school? Before Emerald High, it was Ruby's Preparatory Academy Academy for Girls. So it went from Ruby's to Emerald? Okay.
Oof. I think I heard something about that when I attended. Makes me kinda wish I was able to attend back then. The name sounds way fancier.
No, you don't. 1, we had to pay tuition. 2, our classmates were positively vicious. Back on subject. We all bonded because we were misfits who stuck out for one reason or another. Take Bree, for example. She was a total delinquent, picking fights with anyone who looked at her funny.
Annalie shakes her head disapprovingly.
Marina and Sayori were perfectly tame in comparison. But they weren't able to keep up with the whims of classroom cliques, or any of the other insufferable social expectations imposed upon us.
And you?
What about me?
Did they pick on you because...
You were too stuck up, you were too dorky, you were too pretty? I mean, we're gonna say it, but... I mean, I feel like the point of this is that we're trying to date Annalie, right? That's why we're redeeming her. We're doing the whole enemies to lovers thing. So, I mean, I guess we'll do the flirty option.
I bet they picked on you because they were jealous of your looks. If you were even half as beautiful as you are now...
Stop right there. You sound like a lecherous old man.
Hey, that's going too far. I was just trying to give you a compliment. Annalie rolls her eyes.
For the record, they called me a stuck-up prude. They might be right, but I have my rules and boundaries.
I don't think you're a prude at all.
So, I am stuck up?
No!
Okay. That didn't go over as well as I was hoping. You too stuck up?
Not to be rude, but I can see you having a stick up your butt as a teen.
Actually, you're right on the mark. Although I wouldn't put it in such crude terms.
Bingo.
I had a bad habit of lecturing others to sit up straight, use polite and respectful language, and pay attention in class. We were there to learn, not to fool around.
Oh, God.
Judge me if you want. I still say, if they had followed my advice, they'd be better, more productive students for it.
I'm doing my best to suppress my judgment.
Thank you. Anyways. Okay, now I want to see the other option. Because, like, I'm not feeling any of these responses so far.
You were too dorky? Let me guess, you were a huge Dorky nerd. Not like that's a bad thing. It could describe some of my best friends, honestly.
I'm not sure what constitutes being a huge dorky nerd, but I did care very much about our educational experience. School is about bettering ourselves through knowledge and collaboration. To this day, I don't know how my classmates never understood that.
Hannah Lee continues to extol the virtues of going to school and enriching young minds. I'm nodding along as best I can, but I'm staring off a little too. I guess I was right. She was a dork. Anyways,
Sayori offered to meet us at a cafe once we had all gained our powers. She was a sweets fanatic, but always ordered this bizarre parfait. Strawberries, bananas, grapes, and avocados.
avocados?
Yeah.
What? Avocados? Sounds unique.
It certainly was. Unique enough for her to assign us our magical girl names, in fact. Wasn't one of them Muscat? That wasn't in there.
Oh, so that means you were...
Avocado Anna.
Why was there avocado in a parfait?
That doesn't sound good at all. Going to laugh? Most found it just as funny. An avocado-themed magical girl doesn't have much appeal going for her.
No, sorry. It's just kind of unexpected. The Sentinels were very particular about our chosen names. Cool space themes and all.
Sayori was never a naming genius, or a genius at anything really. She's what you'd call a complete airhead. Girls at school picked on her for being a ditz. But I could never say no to her when she flashed that ridiculous grin. I mean, that sounds kind of like us. We were a ditz, and we were the leader.
And so, Fruit Fatale was born.
Why do I keep saying fatale? I know that the word's fatale. And so it was.
Hannah Lee looks to be in a trance as she calls back old memories. Honestly, I'm right there with her, thinking back to the magical days full of excitement and wonder. Honestly, I think I'm kind of envious of you, Hannah Lee. Sure, your school life didn't sound amazing, but you had a great squad to back you up. Now you're a whole CEO, on top of the world. You balance magical life and real life way better than I did.
Oh boy. Oh boy. God damn. I mean, just. Oh boy. I mean, you really should have done like some cursory research about Femme Fatale. Akiko. Like, god damn.
I was the leader of the Sentinels, then I was a high school dropout, and now I'm just a lowly makeup store attendant.
I've been thinking a lot about that recently.
Oh, you were? Hannah Lee was thinking about me? Should I be celebrating right now?
Seems to me you do a lot more than you think you do. I've been consulting with some other retail workers in our stores after meeting you. You're a front-facing salesperson, selecting makeup based on the individual needs of the customer. That takes people skills, intuition, and a deep knowledge of our products. Not everybody will be satisfied with what you pick out, even when you think you've made the right choice. That's a mental toll. It's admirable, really.
Wow, thanks. I mean, I'm really used to getting talked down to about what I do. You're right, it's super hard, but rewarding. Like, when I pick out something that really makes the customer happy, I get this total boost of energy. It makes my day. I think that's why I'm still at the store, to be honest. I can always look forward to those little wins.
I see. Now it's my turn to say I'm envious, Starlight. It sounds like you're making a positive difference in the world, even if it's just helping people with their makeup.
Hannah Lee, please. You have nothing to be jealous of.
Oh, but I do. I'm planning to resign very soon.
What? Resign?
Quiet down. You're disturbing the customers around us.
Sorry.
Sentimentality will be my mark on the brand. And then I'm off. And I'll let you in on a little secret, since I'm in such an admissive mood today. I despise Glamour Pop. Climbing the ranks of this company has been hellish. You can't imagine what I inherited either. Years ago, the company was on the brink of total financial collapse. There was mismanagement at every level. We were about to go under. I worked hard to pull us out from the deep, poured my heart and soul into it. But what for? Some renown from business bigwigs? At the end of the day, I'm just a woman to them.
But then, what's next for you? I guess the sky's the limit for someone so accomplished.
Please, I'm not aiming for anything so lofty. I haven't thought much of what I'd like to do after this either.
Hannah Lee glances over to the barista, who's currently transfixed on pouring a milk heart into someone's latte.
Maybe I'll do something like that.
Make coffee?
Just a fleeting thought. I'm not being serious.
It's okay if you were, though. I feel like I should do something assuring.
Oh boy. I mean, obviously I want to do the aggressively flirty thing, but I feel like Annalie doesn't respond well to that.
I reach across the table and take her hand in mine. Annalie flinches, but doesn't move away from me. You're so much braver than me, Annalie. I feel like I can't move on from this job, but you seem like you know exactly what you need to do. To step away from all this, and to move on to something better. I want you to do something that actually feels fulfilling for work. To do good, just like when we were magical girls. For some reason, Annalie looks deeply upset. She moves her hand away, and I brace myself for the pang of rejection. Instead, she puts her hand on top of mine and squeezes.
I'll try my best to live up to your expectations.
I'm sure you will. I'm rooting for you all the way.
Right.
With that, we wrap up our cafe date. Annalie thanks me for my time, something I should really be saying to her instead, and leaves an enormous tip at the counter. Before heading off to her sleek-looking car, she gives me an awkward pat on the shoulder.
I'll be seeing you again, I hope.
Something in her expression looks pained. I should keep reaching out. Of course, I'll call soon. I didn't know it at the I didn't know it at the time, but that second date was the first crack in Anna's armor. On our first date, she was in control, more than I even realized at the time. But at the cafe, I got to see a bit behind the curtain. She wanted to let someone in, and I was the one that called. No, it was more than that, wasn't it? We shared an understanding that day. We built trust. We both knew how it felt to be lost. And I did lose her. Despite how elated I was leaving the cafe, the reality of Magic's disappearance was about to hit hard. Everyone's powers were becoming more fickle. Everyone was feeling more exhausted. Sleepy time for you, Horror Acolyte? Okay, thanks for stopping by. It's always lovely to see you, and I hope you have a good sleep. We had nothing really to go on. It was natural that desperation made us on edge. We wanted a lead, and we found one in Lise. I think it was Ara who said it. Yeah. I want to see it. I've been watching this person for the past few days, and I think I found who we're looking for. It's Lise. My work wife? Akiko and I are the ones whose magic is being affected the most, and we've been around Lise at the store more than anyone else. I don't think that's a coincidence. Plus, I've overheard her saying how much she doesn't like me in particular. So she could be targeting me now after Akiko.
Is that what this is really about? Someone disliking you doesn't make them evil. Get over yourself.
Fuck you! That has nothing to do with it!
Uh-huh. Are you sure about that?
Hey, let's focus. We're not going to get anywhere if we argue. If we have a lead, why not follow it? I could do the investigation, since I'm the one who brought it up.
No offense, but I think maybe someone more level-headed should go.
We were still so at odds then. Had so much pain to still work out between us. We decided the least biased people to look into leads were Miranda and Jackie. Hindsight being what it is now, Miranda is decidedly not unbiased about leads.
Oh, yeah, sounds like that might be established. That they ended up together. Which is good, because they definitely hinted at that in the main campaign. But also, like, Miranda is still an option for you. And I think Elise is probably an option as well. And so, instead of me and Miranda, Akiko and Miranda, Jackie went instead in our place. That's, I mean, yeah, it makes sense not to, yeah, but that's okay, that's gonna lead to different results.
Oops, back on topic. Maybe I should have stepped up as leader, but I just couldn't focus. The push and pull between my excitement at getting to know Annalie and the stress of magic failing, along with the wounds the Sentinels needed to heal, made it a confusing time. But at least the next day was Christmas, and I could take some time to recuperate. That is, until I heard a knock. I run over to the front door and open it to see... Ah!
Yeah.
Sorry, Annalie?
Akiko, calm down. Ah, she visits us on Christmas. I remember, what's his face, Solaire, showing up on Christmas. But yeah. I pulled your home address out of our company database. I'm sorry for showing up unannounced. I mean, yeah, that's kind of a creepy thing to do, Annalie. Could have just asked. I mean, didn't we call you last time? You have our number. And you could have actually announced your presence as well, especially considering it's Christmas. I could have been, like, away somewhere or doing something. It's a really, like, this is creepy and really not well thought out.
I nearly jumped out of my skin. Annalie was the last person I thought would show up at my door. It's all right. You just really gave me a scare for a second.
Is it loose fish guts or is it in the bag?
Hi, Zane. How you doing? How's your day been? How's your week going? And yes, thank you for the face squishes, my love. It's all right. You just really gave me a scare for a second. Not because you're unwelcome. I just thought I had to work for a sec when I woke up. But then I didn't because, duh, it's a holiday. And then suddenly the CEO of my company is at my door. And, well, you can understand how that might be shocking. It's going good? You're with Alec? Oh, that's great. Yes, thank you for calling me a cutie. I don't have an embarrassed face. I need to get an embarrassed face. I should probably, like, replace my joy face, because I am never going to be using the joy face. That's a very scary face.
That was not my intention. I simply intended to surprise you. I suppose you've been adequately surprised, for better or for worse. Well, anyways, as you know, today is a holiday, December 25th.
Yeah?
All of this to say, well...
She shuffles around. Come on, Ellie, you can do it.
Merry Christmas. Or, alternatively, Happy Holidays. I'm not aware of your affiliations.
Aw, thanks. Both work, don't worry. She totally sucks at this, but it's kinda cute. Merry Christmas to you too. I didn't take you for the festive type. No offense.
No offense taken. It's been ages since I've properly celebrated a holiday. Speaking of which...
Annalie unpacks something from her briefcase. She carries that thing everywhere. Inside is a sleek, black velvet rectangular box. It's far too wide to be a ring box, but it still screams fancy proposal. Whoa, Annalie, I'm sorry, but I'm not looking to settle down just yet.
Excuse me?
Just teasing.
Please don't make this difficult, Akiko. Take the present. It's nothing more than a courtesy. A thank you for hearing me out on our meetings. Call me if you'd like to continue those, by the way.
Before I can get a word in, she shoves the box into my hands and marches away. Thank you, Annalie, and Merry Christmas again. When I step back inside, I open the box. Holy shit! I close it. Am I dreaming? I open it again. Inside is a gleaming brand new watch. It looks like it's worth more than my entire bank account. No, it definitely is. This is a Bolex.
Wow, a Bolex. Non-trademark infringing Bolex. I've always wanted a Bolex watch.
Attached to the inside is a note on glossy paper that reads,
To my dearest Starlight, the time I've spent with you has felt priceless.
Annalie. I mean, her dearest Starlight? Time has felt priceless? I mean, I'm not even sure if the second date we went on was considered a date. Like, we mentioned dates, but all we've done is hold hands so far, and you've bought us a Rolex? This is getting kind of extreme. If you take into account, she used the employee database to look up our address, then showed up at said address, completely unannounced, on Christmas, even though she had our number, to give us a Rolex watch after all we've done is hold hands. And she patted us on the shoulder one time. This is... I mean, if I didn't know Annalie, this would be, like, incredibly creepy. Honestly, it's still creepy because, I mean, she's the bad guy. But, like, from a normal outside perspective, this is really creepy.
I can't help but grin. Count on Annalie to go overboard. There's no way I can wear this thing out in public, so I hide it away in a drawer somewhere. Funnily enough, I think the note means more to me than the watch. I put Annalie's note somewhere safe, the watch somewhere safer, and enjoy the rest of my Christmas. I still have that watch somewhere, with the note tucked into it. I haven't been able to look at it in years. While I was busy focusing on Annalie, Miranda and Jackie investigated Lise, and to my great relief, found out she is just a little weirdo and not a scheming villainess. Even though I think she would probably make an adorable and frighteningly effective one. But they said Lise had been upset, struck by a sense of nostalgia that had sent her spiraling. And that wasn't the only sign that what was happening, the magic was getting worse. Glamorpop's customer base got a little, spirited.
Huh. We're getting some customer memories. Okay.
I've been in that office my whole life. I've wasted my life away in sales. Trapped in that awful cubicle. I wish I was a magical girl instead.
Shut the hell up! Everything's too loud. So loud, I can't hear Ara's voice anymore.
Give it to me! Yo, give it to me!
Whoa, calm down. What are you looking for? Hey, please don't break the glass. Is he foaming at the mouth?
Sentai!
But we still had no new leads, so I buried my head in the sand, like I've been doing all these years. I wasn't stepping up as a leader. I wasn't being a very good friend.
Thank you for that, bot.
Don't you ever look back at your younger self and want to scream, "Wake up! You're doing it all wrong. You're about to run full force into the greatest heartbreak of your life." Am I repeating history? Looking for her now after all these years? But I couldn't know that. Couldn't see what was happening in front of me. I told myself it was okay. We had no leads. She was a magical girl too. Perhaps I could find out what was happening from her.
Oh, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If magic was like going away, why would we not turn to? In fact, it's surprising that we didn't like mention this earlier, like that something bad was going on with magic.
But the real reason was, I just wanted to see her. And then, she called me. I have to say, I've imagined a lot of scenarios for our third meetup. We could try a real sit-down restaurant, or maybe a movie, or a play. Instead, I've broken us both into my old high school.
Starlight? This is a sorry excuse for a classroom.
Yeah, well, it's a public school now. Sometimes I hear the teachers complain about budget cuts and government spending. Not that I ever had the chance to follow local politics. I was too focused on saving society from more existential threats. Annalie frowns as she traces her hand over the musty desks. I can almost hear her making a mental note to herself to start calling up local politicians, demanding for change. I'm sure it's a far cry from its former glory, but this is what it was like when I went to class. Still, those desks are looking as dingy as ever. And look, I carved my initials into this one. I'm surprised they haven't sanded it down.
Former glory? On the contrary, everything looks the same. That's what's so horrible about it. Surely they could have invested in whiteboards. Those desks looked better back in my day. Even the chairs are the same.
I grab a chair and give it an experimental sit down. It wobbles a little, and the backrest squeaks. Come on, it still works. It's just gone through a few decades of wear and tear. Annalie looks doubtful, but she pulls the chair around to sit across from me. So, want to tell me why you chose to meet with me at my high school in the middle of the night?
Our high school, technically. I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest. I thought it'd be exciting. I'd get to see the after dark classroom hideout where you and the Sentinels planned together. Most of all, I was looking forward to seeing how Ruby Prep had changed. Instead, it's disappointingly familiar.
Why the disappointment?
Why the disappointment? Familiar should be good though, right? I mean, you talked about your teammates so fondly last time we met.
I was fond of them, not the school itself. This place doesn't exactly invoke good memories for me.
Right, she mentioned being a misfit in the past. Does that mean you were bullied?
Well, yeah, I mean, did you not understand that, Akiko? When you don't fit in...
Oops, I didn't mean to say that out loud. Annalie exhales wistfully.
I suppose that's what it was. All four of us were bullied, tormented by other girls on the daily for being a little different from the norm. That's what made the magical girl life so great. It felt like we were empowered and in control of our lives for once, until we weren't.
She's being vague, but I think I know what she means. Magic is a heavy weight to carry. Feels like everything spirals if you can't handle it. Annalie meets my eyes and gives a slow nod. The air is silent for a while. Annalie looks contemplative as she stares out the cloudy windows of the classroom. We've shared a handful of quiet moments together like this over the past few meetups. Annalie seems like she enjoys them. There's probably not a lot of wiggle room to chill out when you're constantly on the business grind. Eventually, I decide to break the calm with an exaggerated sigh. I can't say I'd have broken in here had I known you just wanted to visit on a whim. No offense, but it's a little risky.
Did we not break in with the group in the main story? To hang out here? Please, like you care about the rules. You told me you've broken in here about 1,000 times with your Sentinel crew.
You're right. The security is practically non-existent. It's funny. We're years apart in age, but it feels like you're my classmate right now.
Me? Your classmate?
I bet we could have been great friends if we went to school together. We wouldn't have just been on the same magical girl squad or anything, just classmates. And even without magical girl stuff to relate to, I bet we'd get along.
Don't be ridiculous. We're a generation apart. What would we even talk about?
I don't know. Maybe we wouldn't have to talk about anything. We could just sit here and enjoy each other's company, like we're doing right now.
I can't say I'd hate that.
Is my mind deceiving me? Or are Annalie's cheeks a little pink right now?
If this is a dream... Oh, why did I start saying that in Annalie's voice?
If this is a dream, I hope I never wake up.
Starlight? No, Akiko. May I ask you a question? This is something I needed to know. Please be honest with me. Your magic. Where does it come from?
That was out of nowhere. I'm not really prepared to divulge right now.
I'm an alien princess from outer space is the correct answer. But is it the correct answer for this situation? She is the villain. Letting her know that our power comes from our rings could be dangerous.
I'm an alien princess from outer space. Okay, it's a long story, but I don't mind giving you the rundown. So basically, I'm from space. An alien, not human. My whole planet was destroyed, and I had to seek refuge here on Earth.
Stop right there. I'm not asking for your TV backstory. I've seen the anime. I've read the articles. The alien chick is cute and great for the press. But I want the real story, not the made-up one.
Made up? I'm being for real right now.
You aren't. Do you seriously expect me to believe that you're an alien princess from outer space?
Yes.
Akiko, please. Can't you tell me the truth?
I am. Annalie looks at me with disappointment in her eyes.
I suppose that means I'm not getting a straight answer about where your magic comes from. I should have known better.
That's on you. You're choosing not to believe me. I know my own past, just like how you know yours.
We're not talking about my past.
Annalie, why are you getting so upset? I've tried my best to explain everything to you since our first encounter. I'm not trying to conceal anything. I trust you. Can't you trust me back? Annalie abruptly stands and walks away from our desk, as if she can't stand to be around me any longer.
It doesn't matter how much I try. How many hours I pour into researching magic and magic girls, I can't find an answer. Is it a plague? Does it spread from person to person? Or maybe it's a cancer, something eternal that grows over time.
Annalie turns her head, and her gaze is icy.
Even you, my most promising lead, won't give up her secrets.
I'm a lead? I've told you everything I can. I've shared stories the public's never even heard before with you. I can go over them with you over and over. But this is all that's a weird sentence. I can go over them with you over and over, but this is all I have.
I can't accept that. I'm sorry, Starlight. That was completely out of line. Somehow, I always get carried away around you.
It's all right. Really. But I want to know. What just happened? Why freak out on me about where my magic comes from? Annalie wavers for a second.
It's because... Do you feel in control of your powers?
Do I feel in control of my powers?
Actually, they've been disappearing lately. Truth be told, I've been having some issues with my magic. My light won't shine as bright as before. I tried using Serene 8 on Jackie, and it barely did anything. It's been something I've been meaning to bring up with you, actually.
With me? Why?
Have you been experiencing a decline in your powers? Come to think of it, I never got a straight answer about what Annalie's powers really do.
My powers belong in the past. I'm not exactly keen on using them anymore.
That's understandable. Some of the Sentinels worry about using their magic too. They won't do it unless it's absolutely necessary. Still, at this rate, we could lose our powers forever. Our retirement from magical girlhood might be permanent. Unexpectedly, Annalie smiles and grasps my hand.
That's a relief then.
Excuse me?
Isn't it a weight off your shoulders? Letting go of magic for good?
Yes? No? I don't know. I haven't considered what my life might be like without magic. For better or for worse, it's been a part of me since forever. It's hard to let it slip through my fingers without even knowing why. She frowns and lets go. I feel a little guilty, crushing the spark of joy she had shown me. I want to reach out and feel her hands again.
Then what about your Sentinel friends? Have they been losing their powers too? How do they feel about it?
Well... I'm not at liberty to speak to anyone's magical effectiveness at the moment. Those are confidential Sentinel secrets. But I guess you are onto something. We definitely have a range of opinions when it comes to our powers. I admit, I may know one or two who could stand to live their lives without it. It might be freeing, actually.
Freeing indeed. Listen to me. You couldn't give me a straight answer about the origins of your powers. How could you stand to walk around not really knowing what could happen next? Can you trust your Sentinel friends to always fight for what's right? To keep their magic latent, never to be used for their own selfish gain?
Stop! They're my teammates and my lifelong friends. I haven't always been the best at keeping up with them, I admit, but I know them.
You know them for now, but people change. High school won't last forever, and neither will your 20s. Bad things happen in life. Horrible, awful situations you can't even imagine until they happen to you. It can break a person apart, or turn them inside out.
Yes, one of us could stray from the path of a normal, upstanding life. Anyone can make the wrong decision. But we'll always be here to support one another, no matter what happens. We made that promise when we became magical girls, and I believe in it to this day. Annalie scoffs at that, rolling her eyes.
God, give me a break. I can't stand this naivete. Nothing is permanent in this lifetime. Not your magic, your friendships, or your flimsy teenage promises.
Everything feels like it's going horribly wrong. Has all the progress I've made with our relationship been for nothing? I'm sorry, but this is how I feel. My friends are good people at heart. I know they wouldn't abuse the magic we share. Maybe you could talk to them, like get to know everybody better.
Please, I know more than my fair share about the Sentinels. Ira and I have been working together for longer than I've even known you.
Yeah, but
Enough. We're getting nowhere, and I'm done wasting my time with you tonight.
wasting time? Annalie? Annalie huffs and massages her temples.
We'll discuss this another time. I'm not in the mood to go back and forth with you anymore. I'm calling a cab for you. It's late and you shouldn't be walking alone.
Before I can get a word in, she strides out of the classroom with her cell phone to her ear. I definitely screwed that up, but how could she blame me? Damn it. How could I have been so stupid? I could punch myself. So cloying, so desperate when she already had her plan in motion all along. Trying to trick me into her way of thinking. Then she came for my friends, and I let her walk all over me. Believing in them doesn't make me naive. Thank you very much. And we've worked so hard to keep in touch, help each other through mistakes and bad times. Why did I ever want to find her? Fuck her! What did I even see in her? So smitten with her fancy heels, power suit, dreamy eyes? No, I should find her so I can set her straight. Or, now I go back into one of my memories. I need a moment to calm down. I flop onto my bed, exhausted by tonight's events. Annalie totally backed me into a corner with all her questions about magic. My mind is reeling. What exactly happened in her past? I need a distraction, so I flip on the TV. Channels blip by slowly, until DCTV5 News pops up on the screen. It's a special program about former magical gal squads.
Reporter.
Oh, sorry, that's the name, not part of the text.
For decades, communities across the world have owed their peaceful lives to the work of enigmatic magical girls. Today, we'll look back at some exceptional magical predecessors who worked hard to keep the world safe. Petal Princess, Fruit Fatale, and solo star, Sweetie Honey.
Fruit Fatale? That's Annalie's group. The program drones on about Petal Princesses, a trio of floral magical gals with purifying powers. A climate-conscious group from the 60s is pretty rad. I grab a half-eaten box of crackers to snack on while the program continues.
Next up, Fruit Fatale, a bold, colorful group active in the late 70s.
Wasn't Alistair the one who demanded that we watch this program last time? But now we don't need to because we already know what Fruit Fatale is.
The one I've been waiting for. I lean in toward the TV.
Stay tuned to learn about the group's tragic end.
Alistair is curled up in a ball in my lap. I knew about the group generally, but not much of the specifics. Fruit Fatale was led by Strawberry Sayori, a pink-themed magical girl with the ability to float. She was backed by 3 other fruit-themed girls.
Wait a minute. She had the ability to float. And Annalie's powers are the abilities to drain magic. Huh.
She was backed by 3 other fruit-themed girls. Muscat Marina boasted ability-enhancing capabilities. According to the program, she paired well with another member named Banana Brie. The 4th member, Avocado Anna, can absorb magical power from the enemy. That's Annalie, her power.
Fruit Fatale were on their way to becoming the best and brightest stars of the 70s. That is, until one fated day.
Alistair's ears prick upwards. A picture of Strawberry Sayori is shown, shifting from full color to grayscale.
December 31st, 1979. Strawberry Sayori tragically lost her life after an accidental fall.
See, she has the power to float. How does she end up falling? By accident? What if her magical powers left her? And what if Anna was accidentally to blame for the death of Sayori?
Fruit Fatale was immediately disbanded, and the remaining 3 members have not been spotted in public since.
The program continues on, speculating on potential causes of Sayori's accident.
Why couldn't she stop her fall with her floating ability? Was she mid-battle with a terrible enemy?
There's a queasiness that grows in my stomach as the reporter muses on the dangers of magical girlhood. That's when I get a call from KJ. They say the Sentinels want to meet as soon as possible. They also warn me to stop using the makeup from the sentimentality line.
Oh. They figured it out outside of us. Oh man. I guess it makes sense that, like, the reality is not that we came together as a leader and helped bring the group together, but that we just kind of bumble along into this. Damn.
The makeup! It sends a
Chickening still.
It sends a sickening chill up my spine. I'll tell them I'll call a meeting soon. I want to figure out what's happening with magic. I do. But now I know what happened to Sayori. Annalie is all I can think about.
Did they not explain better? Explain better over the phone. Like, explain immediately.
Phew, I've calmed down. 10 years and no one has been able to get under my skin quite like Annalie can. Even when she's not in front of me. The Sentinels were doing their darndest to pull the right threads. When we met, they expressed interest in breaking into Annalie's office. They saw my hesitation, but Lise assured me they just wanted more info on the makeup. I told them I could guarantee Annalie wouldn't be at her office. I wanted to be helpful, and I wanted to talk to Annalie about Sayori, the pain she was holding on to.
So we arranged it. Oh, this is interesting. Espionage.
The cold night air sends a shiver down my spine as I wait for Annalie to arrive. I bounce up and down in a feeble attempt to keep warm. Ever since our last meeting, I've noticed that she's been very secretive. No more cafe dates. Annalie's always been cagey about being seen out and about, but I can't help feeling on edge. Especially since...
Starlight?
Ah!
Apologies. I didn't mean to frighten you.
Despite the clackety heels, she's pretty good at sneaking up on people. No, it's my bad. I was totally spaced out.
Not good. A young lady of your caliber should be aware of her surroundings at this time of night.
I have to stop myself from rolling my eyes and going, okay, Mom. I'm fine, just kind of chilly. Couldn't we have met up indoors at least?
I prefer private places for these conversations.
Yeah, like the cafe we went to. That was completely private.
And I didn't think you'd be too keen on breaking into the school again.
Touché.
But I admit, I regret dragging you out into this cold. It's not becoming of me, especially given our last conversation.
Yeah, about that.
I was hurt, I was angry, I was confused. I mean, I guess we were all of those things. Which is the right response for this? I feel like any of these responses are probably the right one.
I never thought about the points you brought up, actually. It felt crazy to consider a possibility where our magic could turn against us.
I completely understand that. Really, I should have given you the time to process. I'm not exactly generous when it comes to waiting for others to catch up. Business-minded, I suppose.
Yeah? I guess that's a trait you pick up when you're the boss lady.
I value punctuality, but I don't want to be cruel. But that's beside the point.
I beckon for Annalie to sit with me on a nearby bench, but she shakes her head.
Starlight, let's talk. I regret what I said the other night, but just the delivery of it. The core of what I'm trying to tell you is still there. At the end of the day, it's my fault.
It's okay. It's just a little disagreement between us. It's not so serious. And I still value what we have together.
No, it is serious. I think we should stop meeting like this. Permanently.
What? But why? My head completely blanks. I don't understand. I thought we were on the right track. What did I do wrong? Annalise scoffs.
You're quiet. God, you're probably standing there thinking, what did I do wrong? Which would be ridiculous of you, because you didn't do anything. I still can't say it, even now.
Something tugs at the back of my mind. Something that Annalise desperately wants to tell me, that she feels she can't tell anyone. I think I already know what it is. It's okay. I know everything.
You what?
Annalise takes several steps back, looking shocked. I try to close the distance. The truth is, I've been curious about you, but you tell me so little. And you already know so much about me. So I thought I'd get to know more about you and Fruit Fatale in general. I saw a TV special on Fruit Fatale. So I went to the library and looked through some old newspaper clippings and magazines. There's computers there too, and the librarian helped me look up some web articles. All of this to say, well, what happened with her fall? Broaching this subject was even harder than I thought. I stammer a little before Annalise cuts me off.
Ah, was that it? You did a little research, and you think you know everything that happened?
I know that she's gone. And here and there's speculation about you. That you caused Sayori's fall by absorbing her floatability.
There is.
I'm leveled with the iciest gaze Annalise ever given me.
What do you think?
There must have been a reason. I think there's a bigger picture here that I haven't worked out yet. You've been pushing me away so much, but I can tell you're not a bad person.
Oh, really? We've only spent a little time together, and you think you know me?
I do. Maybe I'm being pushy, but I want Annalise to put her trust in me again. Can't you tell me about what happened? From your perspective? There's got to be more than what the tabloids have to say. I'm doing my best to give Annalise an out, but I can tell it's a futile effort. She won't back down either. I'm tired of letting you tell me what to think. About magic and about you. You've talked so much about how you respect me and the work that I've done.
I was talking about your work at the store. This matter is entirely different.
And I can handle myself. I'm a survivor of the magical girl life, just like you. I've had to make hard choices with bad consequences. So please don't act like I'll shatter to pieces if I learn the truth.
God, you're so naive. I can't stand it.
Then punish me for it. I won't leave you alone until you do.
I beg your pardon? Punisher? Right? Huh? Fine. I'll tell you a story then. Specifically, the story of Avocado Anna of Fruit Fatale. She was pathetically weak at first. So weak she didn't think there was anything special to her at all. Not until another magical girl, Strawberry Sayori, taught her the ropes. She told Anna there was something extraordinary about her, that she could help save people. When confronted by her enemies, Anna could drain them of their energy. That power was stored back into her, which she could then disperse into whatever vessel she liked. After every narrow victory, she got stronger. Little by little, she developed the potency of her magic, like honing a blade. One day, she realized, if she really tried, she could even bring regular humans to their knees.
I try hard not to think about recent events. The loss of our magical power, and the non-magical people around us.
Avocado Anna's powers had improved significantly, but she was too cowardly to ever use them to their fullest extent. And comparatively, her progress was nothing next to Sayori's. Sayori was Fruit Fatale's guiding light. She was first to receive magical powers, and the strongest by far. She knew everything there was to being a magical girl, because it was what she'd always dreamed of becoming. And, like the rest of the group, her powers had enhanced, although it's more accurate to say that they evolved.
Evolved?
But that's...
I've never heard of something like that.
Sayori began to develop powers beyond just the simple ability to float. Magic that she didn't want or ask for. Anna would be surprised with a new out-of-control ability from Sayori every week. And soon, it was every day. She would accidentally break open doors or set random things ablaze. It was more than just stress. The toll of being so unpredictable, so powerful, tore Sayori apart.
I start to feel a little sick. This story can't be real, can it?
You're looking a little pale, Starlight. But now that you've started this, you need to hear me out until the end. The other members of the group, Bree and Marina, got scared. They'd wonder, what if Sayori really lost control? What if the same thing happens to the rest of the Fruit Fatale members? They called for a group intervention at their usual meeting place, the dessert cafe they would frequent after school.
Annalee's hands ball up into fists, tightly shaking.
Bree insisted it must have been the work of some evil villain they were unaware of, that such monstrous powers couldn't possibly come from Sayori. Marina just cowered. She'd startled every time Sayori accidentally broke something, but had begun to avoid her at school. They talked about it for hours, trying to come up with a possible solution, until somehow, somewhere along the line, fingers were pointed. Couldn't someone have been more observant about what was going on and stopped this? Who introduced them to magic in the first place? Isn't there someone to blame? The whole time they argued, Sayori could never meet their eyes, but she kept that small, nervous smile on her face, no matter how much they questioned her. And at the end of the day, there was nothing to intervene with.
Meow.
Thank you for that, bot. Thank you for that. During the middle of this emotional climax. Thank you for that.
And at the end of the day, there was nothing to intervene with. None of them could reason with a force they didn't understand. All it did was contribute to the pressure Sayori was feeling to fix what was breaking inside of her. Eventually, with seemingly no warning, all the glassware in the cafe shattered. Bree sustained cuts to her hand that would ultimately be minor, but there was blood all over their table. Marina was terrified and fled from the scene.
And you? What happened to Anna?
I didn't do anything. There was nothing I could do or say to fix the damage that had been done, so... Sayori walked home by herself that day. And that night, after working hours, there was a large eruption inside the cafe. The interior of the building was engulfed in a blast of flames and completely collapsed after several minutes.
But how? There's no way.
That cafe was their haven, one of the few places they felt safe in. A home for dreams and hopes for the future.
Hold on. I just can't believe it. I mean, I would have heard about it. A magical girl destroying something like that.
The general public chalked it up to a gas leak. After all, there were no identifying ties to magical activity. Other than, like, all the glassware in the place exploding the day before the fire. That seems like it would be tie into something. But the other Fruit Fatale members knew the truth. The next morning, they confronted Sayori again at the rooftop of Ruby Prep. And that's when, from the outside, she must have looked like an angel, floating in the air, surrounded by blinding light. But in truth, we knew she was in agony. She was so upset, calling herself all sorts of things, completely engulfed in all types of magical power. I never saw her as a monster, but that's what she kept saying. And no matter how much I called out to her, it's like she couldn't hear me. Everyone was scared. We all thought we were going to die there. But I just wanted it all to stop, to end, so I couldn't even look at her face before.
Annalie comes to a halt, unable to continue any further. I can no longer meet her eyes. I can't stop trembling. All I hear is the gentle lapping of water onto the shore, and the wind blowing through the trees.
I've never told anyone, about any of this. And looking at your expression, I'm glad I haven't until now. You look terrified.
Annalie's voice cracks a little at the end. I want desperately to prove her wrong, that I'm not scared, and that I understand her side of the story. But I'm frozen in place.
Huh.
I mean, I wouldn't be afraid of Annalie. I'd be afraid of my own powers at that point. Like, to know that your powers could be so out of control is terrifying. But it does sound like it was just an accident. And, like, even if Annalie had done it deliberately to, like, kill Sayori, it sounds like Sayori was out of control and a danger to not only herself and everyone around her, but, like, potentially, like the entire city.
Magic isn't all it's chalked up to be, isn't it?
Huh?
I think you should go home now, Starlight. It's not safe for you out here. You're scared to death in a deserted park in the middle of the night with someone like me.
That's not true.
Is that so?
Annalie picks up her briefcase from the ground and dusts it off casually. Her expression is stony.
I suppose I'll be the one to go then. This will be our last meeting like this. Do not reach out to me again.
She's gone. I always freeze up during the most important moments. But I feel extra horrible missing my chance with Annalie. My gut tells me she was telling me the truth of what happened. Her truth. But I have too many unanswered questions. If it were me, what would I have done? What if it was one of the sentinels up there? I look off toward the moonlit pond. Isn't there anything else I can do for her? I've spent years thinking about what I should have said in that moment. How I could have unfrozen myself. But that's the benefit of hindsight, reflection, getting older. I wasn't ready to say what I needed to say now. But I may never have the chance. She's gone. What's that? My phone is ringing. I pick up.
Oh god, Lisa's voice. I've forgotten it again. It's like, it's gravelly. I'm trying to think, but it's like Naruto.
Hi, hello. Miranda, squeeze in next to me.
Lise, you can put us on speaker.
I'm here. Is she conferenced in yet?
She should be.
How do I speak her?
Look at your phone, bottom left corner. Hit the button.
Hi, Akiko, can you hear us? What's going on? An intervention, dummy. It's a group call. We all wanted to talk to you. Oh, why? What's going on? Well, when you got coffee with Miranda and I the other day, you were a little...
Totally out of it.
When you came by the Golden Glove, I could tell your mind was in the past. I mean, that happens, right? Just some ordinary, not magically induced 30-something nostalgia. We all know you're still hung up on Annalie. Ara.
So tactful.
I mean, it's totally natural. It's New Year's Eve, 10 years ago today. So let's get to it, Akiko. You need to find Annalie and tell her off. That's not what we agreed to say.
Akiko, we want to help you find her. And maybe, if she's got any others, and maybe see if she's got any other evil schemes going on. Oh, why am I all over the place today? It's always like this on a Sunday. And it's always like the worst day for this.
Or maybe she's changed. I bet she's gotten even more beautiful.
Jackie. I forgot that Jackie had a crush on, Annalie in the main storyline. Jackie. She was dating us.
You're all so sweet, and I have been thinking a lot about trying to find her, but I have no idea where to start. I tried looking on the Facebook. It's just Facebook now. But she's not on there.
So we're allowed to say Facebook, but we're not going to say Rolex. Okay.
I don't think she wants to advertise where she's been.
Oh, princess. You still haven't gotten any better with the internet, have you?
I'm fine with the internet. It's just not fine with me.
I have a little treat for you. Check your texts.
Are you serious? Is this for real? Seems so. I know I trust KJ sleuthing. It's worth a shot, isn't it? You should go. If only to tell her I'm still mad at how she used me.
You want to take my camera? They're so small these days. You can go undercover.
Honey, I think she wants to go as herself. To talk it out with Annalie.
Oh, right. But you could take my camera, and I could give you an earpiece, and...
I think we should let them have some privacy.
Well, that's no fun.
I'm with you, Lise. You better tell us what happens. We don't even know if she's there. I mean, why would she be there, of all places? Are you doubting KJ's master hacking abilities?
I didn't really manage to get Ara's voice down either. It's changed quite a bit. She'll be there.
You don't know how much this means to me.
Only a few hours until the place closes for New Year's Eve. You should hit the road.
Good luck. Don't hold back.
Be safe.
And we're here for you, no matter what happens.
My sentinels, always having my back, even after all these years. I love them so much. This address, of course it is. It was under my nose this whole time. Well, I have a bit of a drive ahead of me. But to understand everything, you need to see what really happened on that final day. December 31st, 1999. New Year's Eve. The past few days have been a blur. After I got back from meeting Annalie, The Sentinels called me to tell the news from Lee's and KJ's break-in at the Glamour Pop headquarters. As it turns out, they're sure Annalie is our culprit regarding the magic disappearing. Not only is she stealing our powers, but she's plotting something big and villainous too. They were hesitant to give me all the details. They knew something was up. I had no choice but to lay my cards on the table. I've been seeing Annalie on the side. Okay, not the most accurate phrasing. That definitely earned me some weird looks from one half of the table, and Ara and KJ yelling at the other end. At least my actions achieved a little solidarity between them, for the first time ever. I skipped out on the nitty-gritty details about Strawberry Sayori to save myself and Annalie even more group scrutiny. That was all I could handle that night. They asked me to call a meeting to discuss what we could do. That was days ago. I hear my phone ringing every once in a while, but I don't know if I can gather up the courage to even leave my room. I froze with Annalie, and I was freezing up now. I'm letting everyone down, but I just can't. Alistair stirs next to me, his head turning toward the front door. Huh?
I mean, yeah, if you don't answer your phone for days, they're gonna assume you're kidnapped.
And I turn my head like this really fast. Sometimes you can see the other side of my bangs.
Sorry, getting distracted.
Miranda and Ara and Jackie.
Akiko!
So you were home. Why haven't you been answering our calls? Told you, Akiko totally holds up at home when she gets depressed. I'm not depressed. You are. I'd be depressed too if my supervillain girlfriend dumped me.
Ara.
Breakups aren't easy. I told you guys, that was a big misunderstanding. She's just a friend? A confidant. I don't know. Things got really, really complicated. Obviously.
Don't worry about it, Akiko. Ara's been worried sick about you. We all have been, actually.
It's bad out there. We passed by the store you work at. It's on fire. Literally. No, under normal circumstances, I'd cheer at the thought of my workplace up in flames. But after what Annalie told me about Fruit Fatale's cafe... Sorry, there's just been a ton on my mind. Did you find out Annalie's plan?
That's what we've been trying to call you about.
Yeah, so your CEO girlfriend has been up to all sorts of shady stuff.
That's what I should have been doing. I should have been doing a Valley Girl accent.
Ara filled me in about the details of what happened. Annalie wasn't just stealing our powers, but stealing money from the sentimentality line too. All the profits were supposed to go to a charity of Ara's choice, but according to KJ, the cash from the pre-orders were filtering into some offshore account.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was stealing money too. I guess she isn't as sympathetic a villain as I remembered.
Ara gets too frustrated to continue, so Jackie picks up the slack and tells me about the website confirming Annalie's association with Fruit Fatale. Something I knew already. But what I didn't know is that Annalie would be waiting on the rooftop of Glamour Pop headquarters for a self-proclaimed New Year's Eve party. Presumably waiting for Ara and the other Sentinels to challenge her on everything regarding the makeup line. That's it. I wish you could have been with us last night, though. AJ and Lee's were hyped up, like they just pulled off a big heist. Lee's was on the brink of switching careers from makeup assistant to professional spy.
Huh?
I thought...
Huh, okay, I thought that they did the break-in while we were talking to... Wasn't that the point of us talking to, what's-her-face in the park? But okay, whatever.
Okay, I kinda regret not leaving the house. Listen, I had my reasons. I was engrossed in, research.
That sounds promising.
I'm encouraged by Miranda's warm smile. Well, get your butt dressed and bring that research with you. To... KJ and Lee's were scoping out Glamour Pop rooftop for... The Glamour Pop... KJ and Lee's were scoping out the Glamour Pop rooftop for clues. We told them we'd all meet up to decide what to do next. We need you, Akiko. Miranda looks pointedly at Ara. Even though I'm doing a great job at guiding and inspiring the team, we probably need our Princess Starlight.
You know, it just occurred to me, if I changed her name from Akiko to Nini, she would have been Nini Starlight.
We definitely need her. I could cry.
The wrong voice.
I could cry. In fact, I promised to meet them soon, just so I can usher them out before I do. I gather myself. It's not going to be easy, but I have to face this. I walked briskly to our meeting place. Cove Park, 8 p.m. as promised. I spot KJ's motorbike first, parked by the cars, and then I see the crew gathered around the waterfront.
Oh yeah, I remember this being like exactly the same.
Everyone is on edge, but we take stock of our situation. A healthy separation period from makeup has caused my powers to come back. And they're definitely not at full capacity, but it's something. And I was hoping, if it's like this for me, well, everyone else should be in a better state as well. The group ascends, one by one. Jackie's flames are burning brighter, Ara's songs are potent again. Miranda's bursts of stardust are bright and lively. KJ's bubbles are properly bubbly. KJ, Lee's, I heard everything went okay with the break-in.
Akiko, you should have seen KJ. Breaking locks, hacking computers.
Please, don't be so modest. She sweet talked our way past reception, and then a security guard nearly caught us. Distracted him with a perfect bird call until we got away.
They won't stop talking about it.
All right, you two. Your criminal mastermind duo can wait. It's quiet for a moment. What are we going to do about Annalie? Ara raises her hand first, looking determined.
I say we destroy her.
Straight up. Everyone looks at Ara. Ara, I don't think Akiko loves that plan.
What choice do we have?
Right? Why is she now getting a gravelly voice too? Seriously, Boyoung?
I never said kill her. Just render her completely incapable of doing anything anywhere ever again. Anyways, what does the rest of the group think? Frank?
Honestly, I don't see any way around it. We have to fight her.
Annalie's caused so much trouble for the world already. We should follow our tried and true path. No matter what, you have to expose her for all the harm she's caused.
At least I found Lisa's voice again.
They all turn back to me, uneasy. I'm shaking. How can I just turn up and fight her? Isn't there another way?
Maybe we can keep from fighting.
Didn't you say you had some research, Akiko? Oh god, I'm going to start sweating. They're all looking to me to lead, and I should, but I can't seem to face it. I distract myself, gathering my research. I accidentally drop my bag. Newspapers, magazines, even website printouts are scattered all over. The team run to gather the pieces. This is what I've been working on. Mostly regarding Fruit Fatale, but also whatever I could find on Magical Girl history in general. I've been getting better at navigating the internet lately. Do you guys know what forums are? They're like community bulletins, I guess. Out of the corner of my eye, I spot Miranda carefully towing around the papers on the ground. And I found this really weird one about magical girls, but it had a lot of helpful picture resources.
Hey, Akiko, can I take a closer look at this?
I nod, and Miranda gingerly picks up an old photo of Fruit Fatale together. Hey, is that Annalie? Yeah, back in the day, when she was a magical girl. Aw, I'd say she looks sweet here, if she wasn't such a...
Annalie's not what I'm looking at.
Huh? Jackie wanders over too, peering over our shoulders and squinting hard. Is that? That girl too. Oh my god. How did I not see it before? The idea hits me suddenly and fervently. I know what we need to do. We'll need to work fast if this is going to work. Do you trust me? We'll follow your lead here. We trust you. Yeah, even I can agree to that. If only to make sure we do something.
I'll follow your lead, Princess.
I'll be here to support you all and do my part, no matter what. I won't let you down. You can count on us regular folks as well.
Okay, gather around. There's not much time. I climbed the stairway of Glamourpop's headquarters up to the roof level. Just as we predicted, there was no sign of any New Year's Eve party like Annalie had told Ara. Even security had been sent home, so KJ had to pick some more locks. I know this might sound weird, but can you guys trust me to handle this on my own? There's some pushback, mostly clamor about staying together and how it'd be safer. But I stick to my guns, and promise to call the Sentinels for backup if need be. Eventually, I reach the top, and push open the door to find... In the distance, I see a dark figure standing by the edge. They turn around after the stairway door slams closed. Annalie!
Okay, I'm glad she's here, but also, we know that she disappears after this.
Akiko. I knew you were stubborn, but I had hoped you wouldn't continue to pester me after everything that's happened.
Pester you? I'm here to stop you. Be honest with me, for once. You're not just planning to resign from Glamourpop. You're stealing money and trying to escape to God knows where, while the entire city burns.
Huh, don't say I didn't warn you. Best to keep your distance, like you did in the park. I'm capable of even worse.
You're being unfair. I barely had a moment to process before you walked away. And this conversation is far from over. Start with telling me why. I deserve that at least. Why use the Sentinels like this? Why throw our home into chaos? Annalie's eyes glaze over for a moment, as if lost in a memory. An eerie look, and yet somehow familiar.
I thought that you would understand, of all people. All I can do is remember the glory days. The days where I tried my best to follow Sayori's lead, and use my magic for the sake of others.
Actually, yeah, that never really did get explained how she managed to do the nostalgia thing. Stealing powers makes sense, but why did that make everyone go crazy for the makeup? And why does that make everyone also nostalgic for the past? That's inexplicable.
But when I try to move on, I can't stand the life I've been given. For people like us, there is no life after magic.
Roll credits. Before she can continue, the rooftop door swings open behind me. I turn around to see 2 women run up to us from the doorway. One blonde and imposing, looks absolutely furious at Annalie. Cool, we haven't seen these before. I'm assuming this must be Bree and, Marina.
Oi, Anna!
That's enough. I'm tired of listening in on this mopey bullshit. Akiko, I hope we didn't scare you. Oh, not at all. Rather, I'm glad to see you both made it in time.
Why are you 2 here? How could you have known?
I got the Sentinels to thank, actually. I explained that Miranda was the first to notice a young Muscat Marina looked strikingly familiar to... Familiar? I think they mean similar. Looks strikingly similar to Miss Violet, our teacher at Emerald High. Similarly, Jackie's eye drifted to Banana Bree, who looked suspiciously like a frequenter of the Golden Glove.
This city is far too small.
How did people not discover the identities of all the magical girls, like, immediately if this city is this small? And you're trying to burn it down. My former students are to be believed.
Listen, Anna.
Marina and I can't stand to hear you crying about how you have no reason to stay in Diamond Cove, and that there's no future for people like us. We're
But you and Sayori weren't the only members of Fruit Fatale.
I've tried for years to get in contact with you. We thought you didn't want to talk to us. And maybe it's still true, but we're here anyways.
There's nothing to talk about.
Annalie cocks
her head slightly.
Or, don't tell me, you'd like to play catch-up with Sayori's killer.
Bree and Marina draw back, looking aghast. Something tells me this isn't where they were hoping to steer the conversation.
Who said anything about killing? Damn it, please don't tell me that's still what you think happened after all these years. I'm gonna tell you this one last time. That day when Sayori lost control of her powers, she was smiling at us through the pain.
Bree, not this.
And I've told Marina this over and over. I saw it. She fell because she made a choice. She did it to protect us.
Seriously? Mayuri didn't have control over what was happening. Not at the end. Can't we just accept that it was out of our hands instead of blaming ourselves for her death? Or making up a story to make us feel better?
Speak for yourself, Marina. Sayori was strong. She never gave up on us. And I know she wouldn't have given up on herself either. Which makes my actions even more despicable.
So you're still on this self-destructive crap. How do you think that would make her feel? You're betraying her sacrifice.
These eyes are fucking terrifying. I don't know what that would even look like. What is this expression? It looks like her eyes are popping out of her entire head.
You're both trying to make this into something it's not. It was an accident. And don't tell me about what she would have wanted. We should grieve, but we also need to live our lives. Isn't there anything I can do to stop this whirlwind of arguing? I brought Bree and Marina here because I thought they could help. The only thing I've done is push Annalie into a corner. In the end, I still can't do anything right. I stare at the ground, sweaty hands bunched up in my skirt, thoughts racing. Out the corner of my eye, I see green sparks.
Deny the truth all you want, but I know what happened. I know what I am. And I'm going to make sure what happened to Sayori will never happen again. Even if...
Annalie flinches, looking desperate for a second. The sheer force of her magical power completely overwhelms me, as the air around us is charged with energy. Bree is frozen in place, while Marina drops to the floor with her head in her hands. No, it can't be. Annalie, please, let's put a stop to this. There has to be another way. She doesn't hear me, not while the green light crackles around her and twists away the Annalie I know.
Here she comes. It's your gal. Midnight Lady.
I won't hold back. Not against my so-called friends. Not even against you.
Bree holds her fists out and begins to charge, but is quickly brought to her knees as her energy is drained away.
Fuck! Anna, what's wrong with ya?
A crack of green light, and Bree is knocked back into Marina's arms. She's a monster. It's all happening again, and there's nothing I can do.
It's now or never, Starlight. Better call the rest of your Sentinel brats, unless you've already given up.
I think about doing so, but stop myself. Is a fight really how I want to handle this? I won't. I'm not going to fight with you. I'm not backing down or calling for help either. We could still talk this out.
What a fool. Have it your way then.
Oh, and the only option we have is to talk. Oh, see, this is what I wanted to do the first time around. This isn't you, or let's talk it out.
Let's talk this out. Remember the night we first met up in your condo? I was so excited to spend time with you back then. Let's talk it out, and you can tell me what you want from me. Anything to stop this.
I want you to back down or fight back. Show me what Princess Sentinel Starlight is made of. Midnight Lady absorbs magical power from Sentinel Starlight.
remember the good times. I was really happy when we got to chat in the cafe. You started opening up to me about your life and your future.
Is that so? Let me tell you what I remember. I willfully omitted important information about my real plan. I lied to you about my real intentions. I could have come clean then, but I chose not to. That's the kind of person I am. Midnight Lady uses dark dissension.
Ow, that really hurt. Am I trying to talk about our relationship or either our relationship or about the past? I don't know. I don't have a very targeted plan here.
You've never wanted to hurt people. Everything aches. Remember how angry you got about magic back in the old classroom? I know now. It's only because you wanted to protect me.
Don't be ridiculous. Look at who's attacking you. Midnight Lady uses dark dissension.
Fuck. Can we heal up? Come on, we're the healer. Let us heal up.
You mean something to me. I'm nearing the end of my rope. If this doesn't work out, I don't know what will happen next. I wish you had stuck around longer at the park that night. I wanted to tell you how I really felt. That you were faced with a horrible situation. And that I wanted to tell you that it was all right. I wanted to tell you that I accept what happened. I accept you.
Shut up.
Midnight Lady uses Shadow Blast.
We're dead. Oh, we're still talking.
I'm completely at my limit, but somehow I'm still standing. Come on, Annalie.
Why won't you heal yourself? Attack me. Call upon the sentinels. Do something.
I don't want to use my powers on you. Not after everything you've taught me. Wouldn't you agree that everything you've done tonight, it's not who you really are or what you believe in? Our magic isn't for hurting others. I totally blacked out back there. But somehow, I'm not on the ground.
Akiko,
Shut up.
wake up.
Thank you for that, bot.
Annalise, holding me? Her arms are wrapped around me, keeping me from crumpling to the floor.
Please, wake up.
Just 5 more minutes.
Absolutely not. I need to know if you're actually okay. So please, look at me.
Annalie actually sounds concerned and tired to boot. She's shaking me, which doesn't make for the romantic embrace that I might have hoped for a week ago, but I'm still okay with it. Fine, you got me awake. Looks like you've gone back to normal.
Your little martyr act was completely idiotic. What were you thinking? But it made me realize something. I don't think I can stomach cutting down another person that's important to me.
I'm important to her? I bask in that for a moment, until I realize we're not the only two on the rooftop.
Holy shit, Anna, that was...
Absolutely horrifying and traumatic on so many levels.
I know. I'm sorry. I really am. The truth is, I care about you both. I stayed away because I was afraid I could hurt you somehow. And I ended up doing exactly that. But I don't expect that I can reconcile with you all about what really happened with Sayori. To be frank, seeing you all again pushed me over the brink.
I look over to Bree and Marina, expecting sadness or anger, but... Now you're actually talking to us, Anna. I haven't heard you say something that genuine in a long time. I appreciate it.
But seriously, we want to be in your life. You're right. Honestly, you're both too good to be around someone like me.
Oh my god, please shut up. You've been a complete pain in the ass tonight.
but you're like a sister to me. A stuck-up, prissy, estranged for years and years, idiot of a sister.
Bree grabs Annalie by the shoulder and starts jostling her around. Annalie is going completely red in the face, but she doesn't look as angry as usual.
Get off me. I have very important things to do right now, I'll have you know.
Marina steps forward after Bree lets go, gracefully taking hold of Annalie's hands. Well, I can't exactly approve of what's happened to me here today. In the end, it doesn't matter that much to me. Not when I've missed you so much. Remember all the conversations we would have together? Sometimes little, sometimes deep. The girlhood camaraderie. We could start over and do it all again, if that's what you'd like.
I've missed you too, Marina. Your kindness and wisdom is something I've clearly needed in the past few years.
I give them their moment until Annalie breaks apart and marches away with a serious expression.
Clear the roof and go inform the Sentinel members of the situation. I need to make some calls to deal with this situation. I need a few minutes alone.
I perk up. Annalie's going to fix everything then? This whole time? It's really been that easy? I nod and motion to leave with Marina and Bree.
Stay put, Akiko.
But your super secret phone calls.
I need you here with me for the calls.
After all this time I've spent with her, I've started to realize that Annalie is a horrible liar. Sure. Marina and Bree look pointedly at me, and then at Anna, and then at me again. I see. Take your time.
You know what? It's kind of weird. It means we're dating someone the same age as our teacher from high school. That's kind of weird. I mean, like, how old do you think Annalie is? They were around in the 70s, and we're 22 in 99. So in 89, we would have been 12. So maybe we're a class. We would have, no, we definitely would have been a magic girl in the 90s. Seriously, how old is Annalie? 32 doesn't seem right. 79 is when they were in high school, right? 12 is too young for, so 13 would have been, so 90. I'm trying to do the math here. So is like Annalie like, you know, 40s? 40-year-old dating a 22-year-old? That's, Huh. Wait, I was thinking more like 32, but like trying to do the math, I'm not sure that that works out.
I see. Take your time.
What the hell's going on? We're dipping? Alright.
Marina grabs Bree's arm, guiding her toward the rooftop stairwell, and closes the door with a slam. Annalie motions for me to come forward, and I join her to look out at the sky.
Not a bad view, right? I used to come up here after an all-nighter, back when I was on the lower rung of Glamour Pop.
Yeah, it's hard for me to picture an Annalie that's not at the top of the corporate food chain.
Call me Anna.
Anna? Oh, why do I feel so embarrassed about that?
I don't know. It's literally just her name without like the second part.
I'm probably done for when it comes to business, or even alive here in Diamond Cove. Not like I really mind. What a headache I've created for myself.
Okay, Anna, questions. What's going to happen with the makeup? The money? When's the next time I get to see you again? What happens after this?
As slow down. I'll work on halting the makeup sales and do right by my promises, even if that means there's a financial nightmare in my future. Don't worry about the magic either. Transforming back made me let go of a lot of things, it seems.
And now? What's next for us?
After everything that's happened, are you sure you even want to keep up this, relationship?
I do, because
I don't trust you. Actually, that's actually a really good line. I'm wondering if that might actually be the correct line. But you're an important friend to me. Oh, friend zone. But I think we'll go with I love you.
I don't know how to say this, but I really like you. I want to be with you.
You're a fool. And you're so much younger than me. Go find a girlfriend your age. I'm still practically your boss, for goodness sakes.
I reach out and grab her hand. I don't care.
You should.
I don't.
Fine.
Annalie leans forward, and I close my eyes. I'm shaking with nervous excitement, and it feels like my ears are burning. I feel the heat of her breath on my face, a hand on my face, and then she kisses me on the forehead, sweet and soft.
Oh, that's nice. Sorry, Akiko. That's all you'll get from me.
All right.
Yeah, she must be like 40.
I try to keep it together, but I can't help but giggle with giddy excitement.
Wipe that smile off your face. You look silly.
Despite what she says, Annalie starts to laugh with me. After a while, Anna nods her head toward the exit.
Well, shall we?
Already?
I'm afraid our time together is limited from here on out. And we've lost our privacy, too.
I glance back at the rooftop door, and I see a crowd of people peeking through the doorway. Oh no, it's the Sentinels. Even Alistair is there, staring at me wide-eyed.
It seems your posse is eager to see you.
Everyone seems curious about what's going on. Jackie still has her boxing gloves on, and Ara looks more than a little pissed. At least Miranda and KJ seem supportive, with Miranda smiling softly and KJ grinning and giving me a thumbs up. Bees whips her camera away and hides it behind her back. Marina is gently clinging to Bree's arm, pulling her back to give the Sentinel some space. I practically skip towards them, full of relief, until I remember that I'm still recovering from a very, very thorough magical beatdown. My friends circle around me, supportive and concerned. I do my best to give them assurances about what happened, and that there's no need for a fight. Alistair talks to me for the first time in what feels like forever. I'm happy, even though he's totally chewing me out. It feels like I'm at the top of the world. My friends are here, I was able to bring magic back, and the city is saved. And I've saved the perpetrator too! Speaking of which, I'd like her to properly meet the Sentinels. We're going to make this right. I glance over to where Anna is standing. Or was standing. She's not there. Wait, where? I look around frantically. She must have just moved over. She's probably reuniting again with Bree and Marina. But the two remaining members of Fruit Fatale look just as bewildered, scanning the rooftop and over the edge. There's a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. I get the feeling I'm not going to see Anna again for a very long time. And the realization that I could never single-handedly solve her problems. It was never, ever going to be that easy. And just like that, there's no sign of Annalie, Midnight Lady, or any other alter ego. With the end of a century comes the end of magical trouble, and seemingly the end of my relationship with her. I searched insistently in the following weeks. My lead was that the makeup was called back, and the money issues were ultimately resolved. But all behind strictly closed doors. It happened on a businessy, official level. I was never able to breach despite my best efforts. And so, time stretches on into months and even years. Things change for me. I decide to move on and to focus on my career. I leverage my extensive makeup knowledge to formulate an entirely new brand of products. It's a leap of faith, but it works out. Despite the ups and downs of business, I can't say she didn't warn me about that. I take on new experiences. I have new relationships that are fun but fleeting. My body changes, but I'm a lot happier and healthier. This time, I stay in proper contact with my friends. The best part is watching them grow alongside me, and I cheer when I see them thriving. But all the while, I can't help but stop and look back on what could have been. So that's why I go.
Really? December 31st? Oh, right. I guess they did say it was coming up New Year's. That's why, like, they were worried about us reminiscing.
It's a nice cafe.
Oh. Of course this is where she was. She became a barista, just like she said she would.
It's a nice cafe.
Well,
It's a nice cafe, tucked away in a small town, but it seems like a friendly place. There's an elegance to the decor, simple, but an eye toward beautiful craftsmanship. I only showed up 10 minutes before closing time, and I walk in as the last customers walk out. There's no one behind the counter, so I stand nervously looking at the menu. It's a no-frills kind of place. Fine coffee from around the world, nice teas, delicious-looking pastries. If she's here, if she's really here, oh God, what have I driven all this way for? What if she hates me? What if she's put this all behind her? No, I have important things to say to her. Unanswered questions, unavoidable feelings. But what if she doesn't want to speak to me? What if... The curtain leading to the back is pushed aside. It's unmistakably her. Her look is softened. She has an apron on, and glasses that frame her face nicely. She looks up at me.
you've caught me right before closing. What'll it be?
She sees my face and stops short.
Hmm. I mean, I guess we do a callback to our date, right? And like, it also shows that we've matured. Right? I mean, it probably doesn't matter. The shock dissipates into a sly grin. Your taste has certainly grown up. Yes! We got approval. Your taste has certainly grown up.
A lot has changed, and a lot hasn't. She gets right to work on my drink. I sit down at a comfy table, and I watch her move around with grace and expertise. It's a quiet moment, enough for us to gather our thoughts. Then she sits down opposite me, with a drink of her own and a scone.
Since you've always loved sweets.
She hesitates. She even looks nervous.
Starlight. Hakiko. I know I left suddenly. I can't say I haven't thought about what I might say if you step back through my door one day.
There's a lot I want to say too. Got New Year's Eve plans?
In fact, I do.
Oh crap! A holiday! What a terrible time to come digging up the past. I should go...
I see your face. I meant, I have plans with you. Talking over a pastry and a nice warm drink. Oh, okay, you're doing like the clever thing. Okay, yep. Maybe a bit too clever. Maybe a bit too clever there, Anna, but...
Oh! I gather up my courage for a long, honest conversation that'll last into the night. About everything I felt before, where she's been, everything I'm feeling now, and what she's feeling too. I don't know what's going to happen, or what she's been through. I don't know how I feel after our conversation. But I do know this is exactly where I need to spend this New Year's Eve.
Don't get shy on me now, Akiko. Where should we start?
And we got the Coffee Shop AU achievement.
Oh, and there's them as kids, I guess. We never did find out what was up with, Sayori. I guess magic just be like that sometimes. Also, will she ever come to believe that we actually are an alien princess from outer space? Well then. That was Life After Magic. Obviously, there are lots of other, I wonder if there's more CGs we could unlock. Probably not. I don't know. Yeah. What a great visual novel. I can't believe it's completely free as well. Like, is that... I feel like that can't be right. It's really free? Yep, it's a completely free game. What an amazing, amazing game. I love it. But I'm not interested in doing a full playthrough and getting all the other endings. But I do hope that some of my friends will be able to play it. Because I'd like to see what routes they take and some of the differences there. Yeah, that wraps up Life After Magic.